Or is
yeah,
it
essentially.
just below your knee is where they had to remove it for the bone cancer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the tumor was just in the growth plate just below my knee.
In the growth plate?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And that's what part of osteo is, and that's why it's usually common in younger kids, is because it's in the growth plate. Once you get older, it closes up, and
right.
You don't have that problem.
So your surgery was how many hours?
Oh, I don't know about in the room, but I was gone for 12 to 14 hours.
Yeah.
It's a very, very labor-intensive one because they got to separate out all the nerves and stuff. Because part of the surgery, the cool part about it is there's no phantom pains because they keep all the nerves and kind of coil them up and like an extension cord and just kind of put them back in there.
Again, it's amazing. It's amazing what this hospital does. I mean, just listening to some of the stories we heard. And the kids that we visited yesterday, we actually were in the section where they were doing a lot of spine operations. We talked to 2 kids. One of them, Amber, was 8 years old, the last little girl we talked to. 8 years old. They had done an 11-hour surgery on her spine.
Wow.
Yeah, she was from, I want to say, Bend, over in Central Oregon. She's laying in bed. Her family's there. We come walking in. You know, the guys are handing her autographed hats and pictures, and Lindsay's talking to her, and Tiana, friend, was there talking to her. And this little girl's face lit up. I mean, I think it kind of made her day. Her parents absolutely loved it. But to watch this little girl who had just gone through an 11-hour surgery the day before, you would never know it. I mean, really.
Those hospitals are the happiest place you'll go. Like, everyone's kind of weird about it. And we go and visit pretty regularly.
Yeah.
And I've had people leave, and they're like, that's like the happiest place I've ever been. But they work really hard on doing that and keeping everyone happy. And
well, to me, my mindset, and this is just not having had that experience of that, my mindset is that's got to hurt. The recovery has got to hurt from that surgery. These kids, I mean, because her scoliosis was for a scoliosis, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Was really, I mean, we're talking bad scoliosis. Like, you could see the vertebrae, they look like they're ready to bust through her skin.
Wow.
You know, and I mean that when I saw the pictures had to be just intense pain. She's talking, she's laughing and joking, and I'm thinking, man, this little kid's a badass. You know, I mean, it's gotta hurt, but I'm not thinking the relief that she has to feel from that surgery. Much like I think it was Ashton, the 17-year-old that we talked to, who had his scoliosis, his spine was bent at a 90 and a 90. So he was almost sideways. We walked in, and we were talking with him, and he was still a little groggy, you know, trying to come out of everything. And I happened to ask him, I said, hey, bud, I said, what's your favorite car? Because he's a car buff. This kid, they don't miss a roadster show anywhere on the West Coast. I mean, they hit roadster
he had the
shows.
pictures all over the wall. And everything.
Hot rods all over. His room was, I mean, they decked this thing out, right? And I asked him, I said, what's your favorite car? He looked at me, and he says one thing. He says, 57. And Casey and I looked at each other. Casey Vitale was like, right on, 57 Bel Air. Yeah, it was kind of cool. And this kid, I mean, that was one of the kids that really, when we came through with the pictures, and, you know, they took pictures, a group photo with all the drivers.
Yep.
Pretty neat deal. I mean, it made his day. So to see something like that, all the work, Buzz, we don't have a mic for you, but all the work that we put into this deal to put it together, it's not just about earning the money to get the kids there. When you see what these kids go through and the results, number one, you just wish you could give every penny you have, you know, and you want to do more. It's like you can never do enough. You know, that's how we feel, the team here at Moxie. Like, you know, we raised $2,200, and I'm going to be honest, we raised $1,900. We do the whole tour, okay, and I'm sitting there in the front row waiting to present the money to Buzz and Ron, and I pull out the bank bag and I unzip it and I open it up and I kind of lean over, and Joey Tanner says, "What's all that?" And I said, "That's the money we raised from the Northwest the Northwest race car show." And Joey says, "How much is there?" I said, $1,900, and he pulls out his wallet, hands me a $100 bill, and he goes, "Making it even 2,000." Okay, this is where racers get competitive. Sitting right next to him is Casey Vitale.
Yeah.
Vitale sees me with a big bag of money. He sees Joey Tanner hand me $100, and Casey says, "What's all that?" And I said, that's the money from the race car, the race car show we raised to give to the Shriners. And he looks at Joey like,
You ain't taking me on the top side.
No, you're not kidding. He pulls out his wallet, counts out 520s and says, put that in there. Joey looks at him. I'm like, right on, guys.
Here we go.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. So we walked into the room, and just moments before, we gained another $200 because of those young men, and we appreciate that. It went to a great cause. That Shriners Hospital, I wish we could do that 3 or 4 times a year, Buzz. I really do. An incredible thing to. Yeah, that's humbling. That'll bring you right back down. Well, the whole group we had yesterday was so different than the year before. Do you hear that?
Yeah, it's not me.
It's mine.
I'm aware.
Just an incredible deal to see and witness and be a part of, and I look forward to that thing. I'm already looking. I've already got plans. We're going to talk about after the show here, Buzz. This thing's going to get bigger and better every year. The group, what do we have? 22 in the group this year, something like that. It was a good group, and what'd you think about it? Being a former patient there, going back and being a part of something like giving back to the kids, and you're the only one that understands their mind frame. We can't. We've never been there.
Yeah, not that that's normal, but the charity that my family runs is basically based off of all the stuff you were talking about, just being able to give back to them after being there.
So your charity, which is the Thrive to Drive, does that go directly to Shriners?
So what we do is we do the mentoring of people that are going through the same thing, that we can kind of address stuff on kind of a non-political side or non-politically correct side that the doctors they can only tell you a certain amount. I can tell from my personal experience, and so some of our mentoring goes along with that, as well as my parents help out with that, with talking to parents, because parents will ask me all kinds of questions, and I'm like, I have no idea.
I can't talk to you from that perspective.
Yeah,
right.
I said, and so they've got that perspective. But then we also, some of the money we raise, it's we take, it used to be Christmas presents, and then we kind of learned that they start running out of their donations at like October, November, and so we've actually switched and started taking them then. And we split those between Shriners and Dornbecker.
Okay.
As well as we make, we call them care kits, that they're a box of whole various things that a lot of times you forget when you go to the hospital when you're a new patient.
Okay.
Toothbrush, gum, whatever, crosswords and stuff to get you through, gas cards, food cards and stuff. Basically all the stuff we forgot the first time we went there.
To learn experience.
and to kind of help them through it, and like the gas cards and all that stuff to get them there. And we send, most of them go to Dornbeck, where we're working on getting some of them over to Shriners and stuff, because Shriners, they're usually there for a longer period of time. A lot of them go to the ICU at Dornbecker, because a lot of those people are there very unexpectedly. And there's also a blanket and some other stuff in there. And the blanket is actually for the parents, because usually the kids always get one, and then the parents are stuck in the cold without a blanket.
So this is good. This is good that you're both here in the studio. Buzz, how can we get what you do connected with what he does on the Shriners level? Because he mentioned gas cards. The money that we bring to the Shriners is kind of the transportation fund to help people.
Yeah.
Right. So we've got to, maybe we can find a way to get you guys connected to work together to help. I mean, the bigger we make this thing, the better. If we can get you guys connected, I don't mean to put you guys on the spot like that, but it just kind of like, if I don't say something when I'm thinking it, these guys know I'm probably not going to bring it up later because I'm going to forget.
So here's my question, though. So say I'm at the track and I want to donate to this with Jordan's deal right now. How do I do that?
Yeah, how do we get your something coming into your charity?
You can go to thrivetoday.org. It's THRIVE, the number 2. day.org, and that's our website. We got to update it, and we have a volleyball tournament stuff, and that's actually where we raise most of our money. But yeah, donations are always welcome, and you've seen the Drive to Thrive.
Yep.
We used to kind of do that donation based, but we've kind of changed our. We've all just kind of wing it.
So what if Moxie Media puts together What if Moxie Media puts together something to build these packages for you, these care packages? I mean, how many of those do you do a year?
We can probably do as many as we can get together.
But I mean, in the land history, how much? 50,
right
100
now,
a year?
We do. We try and do at least a couple a month or 3 or 4 a month, and we send them up to the care coordinators and stuff, and they use them as they get them. But I mean, they can always use more. And
sure. But we want to get that there under your charity's name, which is Thrive Today, ThriveToday.org. And so, Sam, do you want to get that posted up on Moxie, the name of his? See, you got the computer in front of you, bud.
You got one in front of you.
Yeah,
bud.
I'm running the soundboard.
I got a phone.
Yes. Yeah, we need
for the win.
Need to get the website updated, but it does work and everything. Because everyone in the charity, we all work full time. We don't have anyone dedicated to it. It's my family, Kevin Williamson and his wife and their family, and Clinton Archer, a couple other people. It's all just community people. Some of the people in the community that we know, that we all run it together. And
The blanket or the doll or whatever. My mom's made like $85 and 75 blankets for the kids up there.
Your mom. Now, Buzz's mom is making stuff for the kids up there. Buzz, how old's your mom? 93 years old and still doing something to give back to these kids. Yeah.
I don't know that we do. I think they go direct. Do they go directly up there, or? Oh. Yep. Actually, the picture on the back of there is from the last time I went to Shriners.
Really?
Yeah, it's
awesome.
That was from last time we took gifts up there.
Very cool. And so we'll put up a little write up on there and kind of give people some instructions on how to get involved and help out that way.
Yeah, there's a donate button on there. So
very cool. If we can help out with that, we're always willing to do something like that. You know, it's the positivity we try to bring and support this type of charity through motorsports. Is, you know, we talk about being a racing family, and this is the kind of things that really tightens those connections.
And the mentoring is a big thing with us. Just with we can be a little more informal and give our perspective on it.
Sure.
And, we've taken some of the families out to the dunes and stuff, and to do stuff they wouldn't normally do, and take them to the races and stuff, because it's not something they normally do. And then just all the different things that I've done. Like, I didn't learn to race until I didn't race anything. I didn't ride dirt bikes, anything like that, until after I had lost my leg.
I can see you racing cars with the prosthetic, riding motorcycles on the dunes. How? I mean, that's to me. That's such a.
It's definitely a lot more work at times.
I bet it is. It's got to be physically exhausting.
I've raced dirt bikes a little bit. I raced four-wheelers. Last time I raced up at Washougal, I think I was 8th out of 60 or 70 of them.
That's pretty awesome.
I've only raced in a few races, but we used to go riding a lot. And then we got kind of tired of driving all the way over to the coast to do that. And that's actually when I started working with Kevin Williamson. We worked together at Mercedes down in Eugene, and obviously, you know, their family races a little bit.
A little bit. There's like 36 members of the family all race.
Yeah. And so, I kind of started talking with him, and I was like, you know, I wouldn't mind trying it. And so I went and pitted for him for a year or so, and then, as he'll tell you, never let your pit guy get a car, because then you lose your pit guy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And so, and that was only 4 or 5 years ago. And now we built a couple cars, and it's been downhill ever since.
Yeah.
No, it's been really good, and I've learned a ton. But yeah, that's part of why, like we were talking about with Casey, we had talked about when we built the cars for me, having adaptations and stuff, but I drive his car, he drives mine.
Mm-hmm.
I've driven my brother's car. So I just learned to do it without it, and I've kind of made it work. I don't know.
You're doing fine. I mean,
I still got a lot to learn, but yeah. So I kind of learned a way to, like I said, the way putting the pedal close to the firewall, and all that good stuff to learn to do it, and learning the feel of the throttle, and